Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. I want to welcome you to my channel, all my subscribers, my future subscribers, all my, hey, let's check this dude out, all my peaches, triggers, scallywags, lovers, haters, commenters, each and every one of you, I welcome you into my channel. Well, yesterday was an interesting day. I hurt my hip, you know, uh, after coming in from playing tennis, but not from tennis. When I came in, I stopped by the pet store to get flea powder for the dog, fleas and ticks and all that stuff. We do have a problem here, but they stay on top of it. Me and the boys, they stay on top of it. But anyway, so when I came in, Snow, the little small white dog, and Celestine, the white husky, Snow attacked her and was really, really, you could see that she was really, trying to hurt Celestine. And so, like, I'm thinking, no, that's the white one. That don't want to mark her. So I couldn't pull them apart. So I tried stomping on Snow. So I stomped on Snow hard, and she must move, and I hit the ground, and I must have jammed my hip because now I'm kind of like limping like this to try to separate them and pull them apart. But then ultimately we did get them apart. Snow has been vanished out here on the chair because Raphael took her loose before and she attacked Snow again. So I really think we should get rid of Snow. So we'll see what happens. I spoke to me about that about a week or so ago that we have to get rid of Snow. But anyway, be that as it may. So what I want to tell you is about, I had a guy on my channel. He was, a pretty cool guy. We talked, and he got a few comments on from our conversation or what have you. So I saw him yesterday, and he says, "Well, I really have a problem." I said, "You have a problem," and so I said, "Wait, are you going to complain?" Because I told him if you're going to complain, there's two things you have to get straight first before you start complaining. People like to walk up to people and say, "Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what happened to me." Wait a minute, Paul. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I haven't got time for this. You know what I'm saying? Check me out later on or something. Right now, I'm in the throes of doing something. So the first thing you should always ask someone if you're going to complain is, "Hey, my man, do you have time to listen? Because it's something I want to tell you. I'm going to say what's going on with me." And so if I say yeah, then okay, I will strap in and put my crash helmet on and let you beat me over the head with what you're complaining about. And so the first thing is that you're going to ask if they have the time to listen. The second thing that you have to ask them is, okay, I will let you tell me what's on your mind under one condition, but I can stop at any time and ask you a question during you tell me what it is that's going on with you. Now that's important because sometimes people like to there's two sides to every story, and people just like to just yabba 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 what on their side of it, and don't ask what part did you play in it. Some people may come to me and come up to you and say, "Oh man, my wife left me. You know what I'm saying? She kicked me out of the house, and that peach. My God, everything I've done for her, and then like this, and she's gonna treat me like that and throw me out the house. And wait a minute, Paul. Wait a minute. I know your woman just didn't wake up one day and kick you out the house. What part did you play in it? What were you doing that upset her to get her to that point to throw you out the house?" Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I was drinking with the boys every day. I staying out late at night. Yeah, I was chasing the skirts a little bit. But nothing serious. Yeah. Okay, okay. Continue because it's important for them to acknowledge and recognize the part that they play and what it is that they're complaining about. Okay, getting back to the story. So he says that and he has a child. He got a Filipina. They got together and they had a child. They have a young child, maybe about 8 months old or something like that, or what like this. But to make a long story longer, they separate. You know, uh, and he still sees his kid I think I got the gist of that, but that has nothing to do with the Filipina. That has nothing to do with the Filipina, but just whatever he does for his son. So he meets another Filipina, and he's telling her about his ex-wife. I say wife, just Lewis saying his ex-partner, or what he tells her about his ex-partner, and what have you, and then and that's it. He doesn't tell her that he also has a child by her. And so, I don't know why this is so crucial, but she found out from her friends who would tell, oh yeah, he has a baby by her, and then I guess she felt she was being, betrayed or something like that because he didn't tell her that he has a child. Like again, I don't know why it would make a difference. But then she went on a rampage, and like she doesn't want to, she doesn't want to have anything to do with his child, and he's still, accusing him of being with her, and he's like saying no, and he loves this girl. He loves this girl. Oh my God. You can see in his eyes, he's got water and tears in his eyes telling me how much he loves this girl. And at the same breath, tell me how she doesn't appreciate him. He gives her 12,000 a month allowance, and she don't care. She blocks him every day, every other day. He takes her lunch every day to work to where she work at, like this, and then she'll be she'll be mean to him on the job, and then when he comes home, she's nice, hot and cold type of relationship with her emotions, hey, like this, and to make matters worse, she tops it off by telling him, he sees her every Sunday. He sees her every Sunday, and in order for him to, to hit the boots, he has to pay her 3K. So on top of her getting 12,000 a month, he gives her 3K every time he meets her in a room or hotel or something on Sunday. I said, what? see, you see, there are a lot of guys who come to the Philippines, who quickly meet girls beyond their means. You're way out of their league, and and they become under the controlling spell of them. In her situation, he asked me what I do. Man, I told him, man, I would drop that peach so fast she catch pneumonia from the breeze. You know what I'm saying? Just say no. He said she don't appreciate me. I said because you know why, my man? Because I don't think she's working you alone. That sounds like a situation where she is following someone else's instructions on how to get money from you. You follow what I'm saying? So by all means, hey, cut her loose, man. I mean, and it's killing. You can see it's hurting him so bad, it's so bad. But it's like, wow, man, can't you? And what's funny? We were at this at this restaurant called Billy's on the Beach, and they have a new girl working there. I'm not gonna tell you her name, and she's absolutely adorable. 20 years old, you know. And so, I asked her to pull her into the conversation because I wanted to get a female, perspective, or let her see, that look, this is a good guy. I said, see, this is a good Filipina. There's so many beautiful Filipinas in the Philippines, good Filipinas in the Philippines. Why do you want to bog yourself down with somebody's going to charge you 3K every time you see her, give her 12,000 a month, and and she says she love you and don't appreciate you and all this? I said, why? Why do you do that? Now she has a little tooth rot right here, and I know from my experience, fix that for her. Fix that for her. And man, I mean, not only would you be doing something that no one else can or will ever do for her, but then it would change her own self-esteem about herself, and that's how monumental when it comes to a girl. So I'm trying to get. So my advice to him was to, to cut this girl loose, man, loose, and to see again, to see how it's hurting him, and to want to stay with this girl, but this girl is she got how do you call it? arson, larceny in our heart. So anyway, so that's the name of that story. So I'm just want to throw that story out there. Um, when I was in Cebu, you know, me and this girl who I was with, and I think about moving, like this, and it was this one boy. You know, there are a group of boys that move around in like a little pack, you know. And this one was like the leader of the pack, and he would see me in the morning. 'Cause I still went out at like 2, 3 a.m. and I would sit in the park, where the city center, where they have the park across from the Raja Hotel, and he used to see me, and we used to talk and all this. And I asked him one day, because I'm thinking about breeding dogs, and I said, where do you live? He said, nowhere. He says, where your parents don't have any, and so my mind started thinking. I said, look, well, would you like to come with us? On our journey, to the Philippines. Would you like to be like my boy Friday? Someone that helps me out, doing the breed the dogs or whatever. He said, yeah. And so me and the girl I was with, we had discussed this and said, yeah, it'd be a nice thing, and a nice thing to have him come. So he had his friends around him, and while I was telling him, he's translated in the language of what we're talking about. That we're gonna give him a home. You know what I'm saying? And don't you know, he disappeared. He disappeared just like that. We looked for him every night. He was gone. We asked his crew like this, what happened to him? And my only belief is that the person who was handling them, because mostly street people who hustle in the street are being handled by, or being pimped out by, are being managed by somebody, and they saw the proposition I was giving him as a threat to their livelihood, decided to remove him, and they removed him. So months go back, we don't know where he is. We had pretty much gave up on him and all things like this. And then one day, I'm going to Robinson on that skywalk I was telling you about yesterday, that skywalk. And I saw him laying on the ground, and he was laying on the ground like sleeping, you know, you know, with you really could say no clothes. He had some rags on, but he looked terrible. He looked like he was just, he had went to hell and just dumped out of a car or something like this, and make money like this and whatever. And he recognized me, and he says, like this. I said, my man, what happened to you? You're like this. And I could tell he was on drugs. Like this. He had no clothes. So I said, I know. I said, come on. So I took him into the store, and I decided to buy him clothes. I bought him some pants. I bought him a shirt. I think I may have bought him slippers or something like this or whatever. I bought him some clothes. Because he didn't even have any. He literally did not have anything on his back other than rags. You know. But then before I gave them to him, I told the cashier, "Look, give me a pair of scissors," and I cut holes, in the shirts and in the pants, so that way it devalued them, so he couldn't sell them, or someone would take them away from him, thinking because they were new, because I know they was new. But it broke my heart that they did that to him. And often the time you see these people on the street, with babies, and holding the hand. I'll see. I'll put a couple of pictures up here of them holding their hand out for the baby and all that stuff. If you look closely, you notice the baby never moves. Never moves. You know, hours and hours are out there in the sun, or sitting down a curb, or anything like this. They're never feeding the baby or never moving. The baby's never moving. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's dead or anything like this, but I do believe that it's drugged. The child is drugged, where it just like this, and she's free to beg. Often the time it's probably not her kid. It's probably someone else's kid, and she would just handle it to it as an assignment to go out and make money, which I saw a documentary about that. But it's sad, man. It's sad. So anyway, I want to throw that those few stories in here. I hope you enjoy them. And you're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elder, always pull someone out. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, former lead singer of The Temptation, once sung, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king and never say no. And don't forget, on Sunday coming up, watch Gerard's Sunday Morning Classics. I'm going to introduce the females, because up until now I haven't played any female singers, and I think yesterday Patti LaBelle snuck. Last Sunday she snuck in with Michael McDonald, so it opened up the door. So I'm gonna look at female singers from back in the day to current, as many and as often as I can, who I can put on there. But tune into the show. That's Gerard Sunday Morning Classics as time goes by. So there's music at 7 a.m. Filipino time and 6:30 a.m. East Coast time in New York until daylight saving time. Then we'll be 12 hours ahead. All right. So with that being said, I'll talk to you later. Peace. Go out and make it a good day. Yeah, baby. Make it the best day of your life. Ciao.